All right, and we are live. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris, and of course, this is my channel, We Love Comics. And I thought I would do something different. Normally, I do my live shows later in the afternoon, sometimes late at night. I don't think I remember the last time I did a live show in the morning because it is currently 9:38 a.m. Eastern Time on the 31st of December. So I want to wish everybody an early Happy New Year's. Hopefully everybody is going to have some fun tonight, at least be safe. And no matter where you are, whether you're going to be working tonight like I will be doing, or you're going to be spending time with your friends or family, I just hope you really have a good time, and just make sure if you drink, please be responsible. I'm going to be DJing tonight, so while everybody else is spending $60 to get into the place to have free drinks and free food all night, I get to do it not only for free, but I get paid to do it. And good thing is I don't drink, so I don't have to worry about drinking and driving. So anyway, with that being said, this is the last comic video of 2018 on this channel. Hopefully 2019 will continue the comics flowing and my viewers are watching. So I have another high-grade key. I cannot wait to show you, and I got a bonus unboxing I'll do first. And I want to welcome everybody. This is, again, just a last-minute thing, and I love the fact that people show up. So everybody that's here early, I always make sure I give a shout-out. So Chris Barrett, good morning. John, hello. Prowler, good to see you. Richard, Q-Ball, like that name, says Happy New Year, good morning all. Rustin90 says morning. So good morning to everybody. Welcome. John Alfonso, good to see you. So let me put on my video camera because otherwise it's going to be very hard to see the unboxing. James Hardy, welcome. And James, you're going to like this first unboxing, and I'll show you in a minute why. So I got two boxes. This is the bonus one, and then I'll have the high-grade key. So yeah, so the last two videos, especially if you've seen the last one, are actually higher-grade key issues. And it was funny, people are saying, oh, it's finally, you know, you get some love for some higher grades. They're like, oh, you're always getting lower grade. And I'm like, well, I'm not really getting it on purpose. It's just, it's a lot more affordable to get the lower grade copies of certain books. Like, you know, I would love to get high grade everything, but there is a price to pay for that. And, you know, especially when you're talking, like, very key issues like the last book, you know, they can get rather expensive. So you get them while you can, but to me, I love comics regardless of what grade they are. So, I mean, to me, it's all about the deal, because people ask me all the time. I get this almost on a daily basis. Like, somebody will say, you know, what do you think about this comic, and what do you think about this one? And this is what I say to everybody. It all depends on the price you pay. If you get a really good deal on it, it's worth taking the chance on. If it's something you're overpaying for, it's going to be a little bit more risky. All right, so Gary's here. Welcome. Here are the icons. Hello. Tony, Richard, he says, do you collect original art and animation cells? I do have some original art. I don't have any animation cells. But, I mean, if I ever found something that was worth getting, I would definitely acquire it. But not as of now. I do have some original art. I love that stuff. So let me show you the first. This is the bonus book. And this is, that's why James Hardy, I said you would appreciate this one. This is the Deadpool issue number 5. This was the Cabbage Patch variant. Now this took forever to show up. I bought this on some comic book channel's website. And this was graded 9.8 with obviously white pages. You know, let me take it out of this bag. Makes it a little bit easier to see. Definitely love this cover. But this is just the bonus one. Thought I would show that. And of course we have, you know, what would be a comic book video without one of my cats showing up. So the last cat video of 2018. So of course I always make sure I mention the price. With shipping and handling, I only paid a total of $85.65 for that book. So not bad. Love that cover. Was quote-unquote controversial when it first came out because people said, oh, they didn't have a license for that and everything. But, you know, Sometimes it's all about the hype, but I just like the cover, and for the price for a 9.8, you know, normally I was like, when I bought that, I was like, well, you know, it's better than getting the book and sending it to CGC, waiting for months to get it back. I'll just buy it from somebody on eBay, and lo and behold, it took longer than it would have taken to send the book in. But if anything, it guarantees a 9.8, so that's fine with me. I prefer 9.8s with newer books anyway. So, here is the key book. And of course, stick around until the end, so this way you can see who's today's surprise subscriber shout out. And if you like those things, you can hit the subscribe button, but obviously when it comes to the live show, it is not mandatory. All right, make sure. There we go. So this is an ungraded book. And of course, I always ask them to please make sure you place it in a, box. They don't always listen, but, as you can see right here, sometimes they do, so it's worth mentioning. And free DNA, it comes with somebody's strand of hair. That's always nice. I always love furry comics. Okay, so. Alright, so this is like my third or fourth copy, and yeah, this is definitely, I got to put it in another bag and board, because this one's a little wrinkly, but this one looks to be in really good condition. So this is another Amazing Spider-Man book. And here we go. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 46. First appearance of the Shocker. And let you take a look at this beauty. Now the wrinkles are actually from the bag. But you can see the corner nice and sharp. And that's very important when it comes to a higher grade book, especially for Silver Age. Because you're talking the late 1960s. I think this is around 67-ish, 68. But look along the spine. There are no ticks at all. So this book, I would say, is easily an 8.5 or higher. Of course, I will have to open up the book, check the whole thing out. But yeah, there is not even one tick on that spine. And that right here, that looks beautiful. Look how bright red that is. Usually that gets very faded. So whoever owned this book definitely did not read it. So the edges are nice and clean. I'm definitely going to be getting this one graded eventually. But this is the first appearance of the Shocker. He's not a major character, but I always loved that character growing up. He was in the movie, not a major character and everything like that. But, you can't always base everything based on a movie or TV show. I mean, Spider-Man has some of the most iconic villains. Outside of Batman, I think Spider-Man has some of the best villains. And I think probably the top villains overall. I mean, you can't go wrong with Lex Luthor or the Joker. Those are very iconic characters. But other than those two, there aren't major amounts of characters. Like Batman has more than Superman does. I mean, outside of Lex Luthor, you have Brainiac and a few others, but not many. I mean, if you look at the first 20 issues of Amazing Spider-Man, you have Electro, you have Green Goblin, you have the Vulture, you have Doc Ock. You have Scorpion. You have Kraven the Hunter. I mean, these are amazing characters. So I love this book. Looks really great. And, of course, I always tell the price. Let me see what let's assume it's at least an 8.0. I'll give you the range because I go to gocollect.com. That's the website that I use to check, current prices because they base it on eBay sales. So they go within about a 2-year price range period. So let's look up Spider-Man 46, and I'll go from a range of 8.0 to a 9.2. So I would honestly say this has got to be at least the 9.0, which I'm very happy. That's probably one of my highest Silver Age books. Now, when I was a kid, I had a lot of high-grade silver books, but those all got stolen. All right, so an 8.0 would be about roughly around 270. A 9.0 would be 425. And if this ever got a 9.2, which is not out of the realm of possibility, of course, like I said, I have to check the entire book. I mean, this could go even higher than a 9.2. You know, fingers crossed. But a 9.2 is $850, a 9.4 is $1,300, a 9.6 is $3,800. I would fall off off my chair if a book ever got a 9.6. But I paid a total of $183 for this book, and that, of course, includes shipping and handling. So at $180, the grade would be a 6.5 according to GoCollect.com. So this is definitely higher than a 6.5 grade. Again, you know, you have to look at the entire book. You know, you cannot base your grading just on the cover. You got to check the inside. You got to check the staples. You got to check the back of the book. I mean, one of the things I see all the time is, especially when somebody gets a book back from grading, you know, they'll be like, oh, 9.6, and then they'll just look at the cover and they'll be like, oh, I don't see anything wrong. Well, that's because there might have been something inside the book. So make sure, especially when you're getting your books graded, you got to check the entire book. You got to make sure all the coupons are there. You got to make sure all the pages are there. You know, sometimes people have pages missing. The outside of the book can look gorgeous, but you never know, so you got to check the whole thing. So I will be doing that because I always change the bag and boards, but let me just show it one last time. So this is Amazing Spider-Man number 46. This definitely, I would say, honestly, it's probably at least the 9.0, if not higher. So we got that. And then the little bonus one was the Deadpool 5, which was 9.8 with the lovely Cabbage Patch image of Deadpool. So I don't think I overpaid at all for this high grade. This one definitely will be getting graded. I'm really looking forward to a nice high grade for once. And I always appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my videos. So before I do the surprise subscriber shout out, I want to thank everybody for a very good year. This is probably one of my better years of comic book collecting in a very long time. You guys have made this really amazing for me. I mean, the support I've gotten, the positive energy from you guys, the love, people sending, you know, packages through the mail. I mean, Christmas presents. I mean, that was amazing. Considering that every now and then I get the negative people for some reason. They just, for whatever reason, want to continue that. You guys keep me strong, keep me going. And hopefully 2019 is going to be a great year for everybody. I want to tell people never give up because, you know, like I said, I deal with some of the negativity and it would have been very easy to just give up like I did on my original channel and shut it down. But that guarantees failure. So I know there's plenty of people out there that see books that, oh, I wish I could get or think it's outside of your price range. You never know when something might appear out of thin air. So look at antique shops, look at yard sales, make trades, and think positively. Make 2019 your year. You know, the good thing is if you try something different and it doesn't work, you can always go back to trying something else or going back to the original way you went. But trust me when I say, when you have a mindset of, oh, I can't succeed, I'll never succeed, there's no way, you're basically fulfilling your own prophecy, and why do that to yourself? So I've seen time and time again when people finally listen to my advice and they kind of let go of that negative mentality, that all of a sudden things just happen to find their way to you. So it is not out of the realm of possibility. And like I said, one of my goals is to one day get an Amazing Fantasy 15. Now, that's something out of my price range. You know, a 0.5 sells for about $7,000 or $8,000. As of now, I don't have that kind of money to spend. But you never know when all of a sudden some kind of opportunity that I wasn't looking for, I wasn't expecting, happens to find my way. So, will I get one in 2019? Who knows? But I'm going to get the chance, and we're going to see what happens. So, before I do that, we got, again, our little visitor. This is, see if you guys remember which one this is. I have 3 stray cats. This is the one that pops up the most. You can see how excited he is right now. And there you go. You got a live gouging on camera. And let's do today's surprise subscriber shout out. And if you want one, just hit subscribe. And comment often. You get my attention, I will do the shout-outs for you. And even if I've done them before, you never know. But today we're going to do Big Lion Cat. Today is your day for the surprise subscriber shout-out. I want to thank each and every one of you for making this a great 2018. I mean, I don't have million-dollar books. I don't have super high-grade books. I mean, this is one of two recent high-grade books that I was able to acquire, but they're not very often. But you guys have made it fun. You've made me very welcome in this community again, and you guys are very supportive. So thumbs up to all of you guys, and I hope you'll do the same back in return. Now, I will be doing the top, I think it's top 20 graded books of 2018. I'm going to be doing that in the next day or two. I'm going to take a day or two off and relax a little bit. And Chris says you don't need to have high grades to have quality content. Thank you, and I appreciate that, and that's good because my wallet could not afford all high-grade books. Q-Ball says, your advice helped me get the first Deathstroke and first Deadpool. Now going to try and get the first Black Panther and Venom. You'll get them. You know, like I said, this year alone, I got 2 copies of Black Panther. Now, this is the year the movie came out, and one of them was about a week before the movie. I paid $149 for one, I think, approximately. Came out to be a 6.0. And another one I paid $49 for. And that came out a 5.5. So that was on eBay. Those were newly listed books. Sometimes people sell comics that don't like comics, who don't know about comics, or they just want to sell them just to get rid of them. So not everybody that sells comics is trying to sell them for top dollar or even knows they're worth anything. So sometimes you can just be lucky. You got to be quick, though, because trust me, I've seen auctions where it just literally listed. I go to read the description because I won't just pay for something. I got to read it to make sure it's what I want it to be. And by the time I finish reading that, it's already been sold. So you got to be really quick and you got to pounce, which means you have to have patience. Sometimes you literally have to sort through for hours. But, you know, like they say, to the victor goes the spoils. So you got to put in the effort as well. It's not like you just sit here wishful thinking and all of a sudden comics fall from the sky. You do have to make the effort. And if you're not willing to do that, don't be surprised that things are not always going your way. Because, you know, you could practice for a race all you want. You could be in the best shape in the world. But if you don't get up and participate and actually go to the race and do your best, you're guaranteed to not win. So there is some work involved. There's some luck, but it's also, remember, these are comic books. It's not life or death. If you don't get a comic book, it's not the end of the world. And for every one you missed, there are plenty of opportunities that are just around the corner. So if you don't get the one that you want, or you didn't get the deal, or, you know, you just literally got outbid by somebody like me in the last 3 seconds of an auction, don't beat yourself up. Just say, you know what? I wasn't meant to get that one. I'll just get it next time. There's always going to be another one. Think about a baseball player. Even the best baseball players in the world strike out. They still play the game, and they still end up having a successful thing. So my video froze in a very awkward position, so we're going to end the video right here. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video. And don't forget, it's not you, it's not I, it's We Love Comics. Have a Happy New Year, everybody. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way out, hit the share button, and hit the subscribe button. Appreciate every one of you, and I'll see you next year, 2019. Have a great night, everybody.